It's an easy opportunity to get a base hit. And I called it a cheap base hit when I got one.
What's going on, guys? Coach Matt and YouGoProBaseball.com here with my man Nick Shaw, former Brewers Middle Infielder. And in this video, we're talking about batting average killers. So you want to pay real close attention to these and make sure you eliminate any of these things that Coach Shaw talks about, because if you can eliminate them, your batting average is going to increase. Before we get into the video, I want to tell you about a product that Nick sells. It's his own. He created it, the Baseball Box. It's a monthly subscription box that's delivered directly to your doorstep. So if you have a special baseball player and you want to get them some baseball swag on a monthly basis, or even if you just want one, check out the link below, thebaseballbox.com, and you can find out more information there. We are at the USSSA Space Coast Complex, 15 beautiful turfed out fields. If you don't know, Nick Shaw and I are scouts for the USSSA All-American program. We're actually back traveling again this year. Last year we didn't get to travel because of all the craziness going on. This year, 2021, we're back on the road again. We've only got 10 tryouts this year, so hop down in the description below, check the link to see if we're coming to a town near you. The All-American games are actually this summer, July 18th through the 24th. Again, check the link to find out if we're coming near you so you can try out and come visit this beautiful complex in the summer. Let's talk about it. I would be happy to share some tips with the viewers here, but my only professional at bat was against a left-hander who was throwing 98 miles an hour, and he had a no-hitter going in pro ball. And I got into the batter's box, stepped in, dug in. He threw the first pitch, it was a ball, and I said in my head, he's either throwing 3 balls or 3 strikes here. Because I'm not trying to break something. He ended up striking me out. Funny story, I made a video about that, but what do you got for batting tips? Nick was a leadoff hitter, great hitter. What do you got eliminating mistakes and how you can have a better batting average?
So first things first, before your batting average is even created in the game, it starts with practice, okay? And a lot of my work was off of a tee because I could simply move it around on my own and I didn't need to have a coach or another player try to hit the different quadrants in the strike zone. Now, if I happen to just focus down the middle all the time and in the game they throw it outside, which they're going to, I haven't practiced how to hit that on a line or how to drive that baseball. So my challenge to you, to get a better batting average, get your tee work in all the 9 quadrants of the strike zone. Now you may even want to inch off the plate a little bit in case you get to 2 strikes. That way you know how to fight that pitch off, or maybe you can keep that fair down the line. But getting pitches in all the quadrants of the strike zone with your tee work can help improve your batting average. Also, staying inside the baseball. Hands are inside the baseball as long as I can. This can also be worked off of a tee or off a live arm or a front toss. And staying inside, your round should be the other way, shooting it as a left-handed hitter towards the shortstop. See how many balls I can drive that way. Promoting this hands inside the ball habit and increasing our batting average, okay? The longer I can keep my barrel back, the better I'm gonna be, the better average I'm gonna hit for. Lack of information, okay, can kill your batting average. If you step in this box and you know nothing about that pitcher, it's an uphill battle. I don't know how many times I went back to the dugout, or some of my teammates went back to the dugout after they struck out on a pitch and said, man, I didn't know he had that one. Well, learn about the pitcher, whether it's watching video before the game, if you have that, or watching them warm up. When they warm up, they're gonna show you their fastball, their curveball, their slider, their changeup. A lot of times they will show you every single pitch they have. So watch that. You can even add a little timing into it, but learn from that. If one of your teammates takes an at-bat before you and they get back into the dugout, ask, hey, what does this fastball look like? Is it a 4-seam? Is it a 2-seam? Does it sink or is it straight? All right, what's his slider spin like? Is it big or is it a small, tight slider, okay? In the rotation. Learn that stuff. How does his changeup look? Does it look just like his fastball? Or what are you looking for? Is there a change in his release point? The more information you have before stepping into this box, the better batting average you're gonna have, because you're gonna already have knowledge on how it looks, okay? Increasing your chances of hitting. Situational hitting, okay? I talk a lot about controlling the barrel. I had to do it, the hitters I work with have to do it. Control your barrel, okay? That way, situationally, when a situation comes that you can only increase your batting average or stay the same, like the 2 I'm about to tell you about, you can do that, and you can do that easily. There's not a lot of win-win situations to only increase your batting average in this game, but there are 2 that I used a lot, okay? And one involved bunting, the first one. First and second, or a sacrifice situation with nobody out, if you can lay a bunt down or a drag bunt down to this third baseman and make him make a read, or even if the guy's only on second or on first base and you get him over, you're 0 for 0. going. Now, if you can bunt for a base hit and put that down in a sacrifice situation and you beat it out, I'm 1 for 1, okay? So use that situation where if you bunt the ball and our runners advance with a good bunt, you're either 0 for 0 or you're 1 for 1, increasing your batting average, okay? Another situation is runner on third base or second and third, but runner on third is what we're focusing on. No outs or 1 out, all right? That's the situation where I would even swing early in the count and try to drive a ball as far as I could. Like I said, early in the count, no strikes, 1 strike. Try to drive a baseball, a high line drive into the outfield. If you beat them, it's a double or a triple. If they catch it, it's a sacrifice fly, okay? So be aggressive early in that count, in that situation where you can only increase your batting average if you execute it right. Another situation in situational hitting that can help you increase your batting average is with a runner on first base only, or first and third. The first baseman is holding the runner. If you're a guy that can really handle the barrel, there's a wide open hole on the right side of the field because the second baseman's pinching, unless there's 2 outs. A lot of times he's pinching the middle for double play depth, which leaves a giant hole on the right side of the field. So if you're able to get around a ball that's middle in or in, obviously, if you're able to get the barrel out and drive a hard ground ball through that hole or a line drive, it's an easy opportunity to get a base hit. And I call it a cheap base hit when I got one, because a lot of them I didn't crush. A lot of times I rolled over a ball and got it through that hole. But if the defense is giving you that big hole in that situation, use it to increase your batting average.
So that's right there. I was counting while you were giving those tips. That's 5 batting average killers. Some of those mixed in there were just how to increase your batting average. One thing to think about too, guys, is you can't really determine your batting average. Like, you could smoke a ball straight at the shortstop and that's a great hit, you know, or maybe if you're a righty, smoke it at just over the second baseman's head, he jumps up and he snags it. That's a great piece of hitting right there, but you actually decreased your batting average. So if you can come up to the plate with the thought process of, I'm gonna do my job, what the job and the situation calls for, and have good hard contact, you know, being a team player, that's something huge that you can contribute to your team. Because you can also, on the other end of the spectrum, hit a 26 hopper that just gets past the third baseman and shortstop and get on base for a base hit, you know? So batting average isn't the end all be all. Of course, you know, on YouGoProBaseball, I like to make the titles and the thumbnails catchy, so you guys watch it, so you guys can learn from the pros like Nick. But that was some great hitting advice. Just to talk a little bit more about hitting, what was your routine when you were playing? Let's take it back, not professional baseball Nick Shaw, but let's take it back to like high school Nick Shaw. What was your routine hitting wise? Were you a tee guy? Did you like front toss? Did you like live BP? Just take us through that a little bit.
So I went to a hitting coach since I was about 7 years old, and we spent a lot of time on this tee. So that became part of my routine. And obviously we're hitting in his batting cage in his backyard, not some giant facility. We're in his backyard, and all he wanted me to do was aim for the square in the back of the cage. Okay, and he wanted me to backspin this ball as many times as I could off the back square of that cage. We weren't working elevation or any of this stuff. We were just trying to backspin, stay inside, and hit balls off that back net. Also, when we'd go to field practice, we would take what he said and we would do an opposite field toss. So the coach would have the L screen and he would be off-centered. So if I was a left-handed hitter, the coach would be along the third base line and he'd be front tossing a ball into you this way over the plate. Let it travel, we're not changing our stride, and we're trying to drive the ball to the opposite field. Again, focusing on letting the ball travel, staying inside and driving through that ball. Okay, for right-handed hitters, it would be opposite. Obviously righties are over there and your coach would be on the first base line, front tossing that way. Those are my favorite 2 drills.
This is a tough one. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Knowing what you know today, what would you tell 15, 16-year-old Nick Shaw about hitting that would help him be a better hitter?
I would say learn how to be a little more aggressive. Okay, I was a guy that took a lot of pitches and it worked out in my favor a lot. Don't get me wrong, I learned a lot from taking pitches, but in certain situations I could have been a little more aggressive and done a little more damage. So if I was to give any advice to my 15, 16-year-old self, it would be learn how to be more aggressive in certain situations.
Well, there you go. Those were the 5 batting average killers, or some of them mixed in were just how to increase your batting average. Just really, let's be honest, how to be a better hitter, right? How to approach hitting. Take it from the man himself, pro baseball player Nick Shaw, great hitter. He was a leadoff hitter, very knowledgeable in the game. Obviously, you can tell from all the tips that he has for you. Again, if you guys are interested in checking out the baseball box, click the link down below in the description. If you want to learn more about the USSSA All-American games. Also, link in the description. If you guys got any questions or comments, please hop down there in the comment section. Let us know. We'll be happy to jump down there and answer any questions you may have. Also, Nick created his own YouTube channel. So hop over there right now and subscribe to his channel. It's brand new, literally just has 2 videos at the time that we're talking now. We want to blow that channel up. So hop on over there, subscribe to him. Make sure the bell is turned on. Same thing over here, YouGoProBaseball. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.